Like the perception of security and niceness is very relative.
Are you trying Nyama Choma?
Oh, of course.
We are one. Like you said, Umoja is unity.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Matt Diamond Flix, and today I got totally surprised because I've been moving around this Umoja site off and on for the last couple years, but I hadn't seen all of it. I've heard all the stereotypes, I've heard all the reputations, I've obviously seen the sides that I've seen, but today I got brought over to this area called Umoja 1, and I'm just shocked. Like, I'm saying, hey, where does this generalization of like a bad rep come from? So I filmed like the whole walk. Like, you can see how it shifts from the side where I'm usually walking. As you enter into Umoja 1, you can see the visual shift and like just how the community's laid out, the sidewalks, even a little bit of a trash problem and all that going on. Over here is just like mad cool community. So I've been really digging the vibe. I've been digging the views. I'm on the rooftop and you can just see everything. There's people literally growing like small shambas in their backyards at some of these houses, and it's just super dope, man. So we're here in Umoja 1. The sun is setting. You can actually see a little bit of Nairobi town from here. Is that Nairobi National Park over there in the background?
This one over there?
That range?
No, not really. It's really a little bit far from here.
Or this one here?
Yeah, this one over there.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
This range.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Where you can see like small hills over there. I think.
Yeah.
Because
I can see the tall people.
So this
Oh,
is,
I
yeah.
see more building here
So
that I
this is
wasn't.
Westlands.
Yeah.
When you go on this side, Westlands and the CBD.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This one,
Upper hill.
upper.
Because I can see the UAP building,
Yeah.
the tall.
And when you go in this direction, you're going to Kasarani, Tikalo.
Yeah.
In this direction of
Is it this one or this one?
this side, or this side.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can see Kasarani from this point.
Yeah, because if you go with this route, I was telling him this is Kamundo Road.
This is Kamundo Road.
Yeah.
You can actually take this road to a place called Kayole.
Yeah, we know Kaole.
Kayole, using Kamundo Road.
Even Umoja 3.
Umoja 3, using
This is the junction road right here. It goes this way, that way. Kaole Junction is that way,
Yeah.
right?
going this way. straight.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Also Saika, Mondem, those sides. You can also connect to Kasarani.
And this is the club that I was talking about. This one, yeah, this one. It's called Charena. It's a really nice club. You want to come here and eat Nyama Choma,
Nyama
drink some
Choma.
beer. Yeah.
I usually judge the place. I don't know
It's
why.
really nice. You can come and eat Nyama Choma, have some drinks, you have some fun.
How
It's
is
really
the
nice.
Nyama Choma?
It's a really nice. Have you tried Nyama Choma?
Oh, of course.
Really?
Yeah,
Where?
Just
definitely.
fish foods?
Not here,
Yeah.
but I mean I've taken kuku choma, beef choma,
How many times?
a lot.
How was it?
I like kuku choma the best. I don't have the strongest teeth, so I like
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
kuku and
yeah.
samaki.
In Samaki.
Yeah, I haven't had a grilled fish though yet.
Grilled fish, okay.
Maybe in Coast, but I think I was eating fried out there. Telling my viewers a little bit about Umoja because I've heard more bad than good, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, so what's the one thing that someone should know, or three things they should know about Umoja? This is my guy Felix, by the way. We're gonna plug his channel in the comments.
Definitely. So,
Yeah.
Umoja is a really nice place. Used to be really insecure in the past, but of recent times it has been really nice. The security has been, I can say, has been improving, but it's a really safe place. Umoja is known for good food, clubs, and a really serene place. I can say it's a really nice place to stay. Yeah, the prices here are affordable. There's different modes of transport. It's really accessible to the CBD, so you can access to the CBD around 10 minutes or maybe 20 minutes drive if there's no traffic jam. So yeah, come and check out Umoja. It's a really nice place.
Now, what about singles and family? Is it good for both or good
Yeah,
for one?
definitely. For singles, families, you can just stay here. There's not much commotion,
Yeah.
and there's no. I don't see anything bad about Umoja because the crime rate right now is like maybe 10% or maybe 5%. It's not really that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, Nairobi is not safe. Like there's always two sides, but
Yeah.
Umoja is really nice.
Do you, with that said, do you think the Nairobi name is fair? Do you think we should even be saying that?
You know,
Is it
like
necessary?
I can say it's necessary for some degree because there's some neighborhoods which you can't just go.
Yeah.
You know, like a foreigner like you.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
just go without maybe a local guy
Right.
just to show you around.
Yeah, yeah.
Your
Sure.
camera may get stolen or anything. Yeah, so you have to know where you're stepping your foot. But I can say, you know, that name was given due to the crime rate back then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I think of even like CBD, I think of what New York City used to be like 20 years ago,
20 years ago.
and it was worse. So not only could you get your pocket picked, but they could take your watch off your wrist, you wouldn't know,
Yeah.
and then they could rob you and rape you in the alley. And this is New York City,
But I
America.
can guess.
And that's not happening in Nairobi to that degree.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's even
Nairobi is really
comparable.
safe. Nairobi is really safe.
Yeah.
That's the CBD.
Yeah, Nairobi is really safe for sure.
So it sounds like it's not what you think as far as like the bad stereotypes. Now I got my friend Mercy here also. She also has a channel.
My channel is Protein TV by Masala Pia Abok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to add to what he hasn't said about Umoja.
Yeah,
We have
please.
the Maganya, the Manyanga, oh god. The Nganya, nowadays they call them the Nganyas. That's why I
Matatu,
confused,
yeah.
yeah.
The
name.
graffiti.
Yeah, they are
Oh,
like,
what's it called?
Nganya, we call it
Nganya.
Nganya here.
okay, many people call it Manyanga.
Yeah.
Yeah, the matatus, they're basically matatus,
Yeah.
but they're really pimped. Like the ones for Rongai, but Umoja has the best.
Yeah.
And then we call them the Nganyas, they're really top notch. And then the good thing about living in Umoja, like Felix said, security is really good. And then like you can walk anytime at night. And then we have clubs, we have everything, families can live here. And we have Umoja 1, Umoja 2, Umoja 3 and Umoja Inako. But Umoja 3 is right behind us, like you just connect with Kabundo Road. But Umoja 1, 2 and Inako, we live in one community. You can't say like, hey, I come from Umoja 1. We don't like sideline people. Whether you live in Umoja 1, Umoja 2 or Umoja Inako, we are one. Like you said, Umoja is unity.
Yeah,
We are all
Umoja
united.
is Swahili for unity, right?
Yeah, we are all.
Umoja means unity.
Yeah.
We are so united. We love people. We are so welcoming. Wowie.
Yeah, very much. And that's why I really like hearing you say that we don't segregate ourselves by
Yeah.
the hood of Umoja that we're in.
No, we don't.
And I've never heard anybody explain it to me this way before.
Oh,
So this is your first time in Umoja?
It's not my first time in Umoja, but it's my first time in Umoja 1.
Umoja.
And with Mercy, she's a Luo, right? You're both Luos,
Yeah.
but she's from Nairobi, right? Yeah, so you're from Nairobi.
like I was born and raised in Nairobi.
Yeah, you're an
Yeah.
Eastlands girl.
Yeah.
So like you know this Eastland, like you're an Eastland native.
Yeah, I am.
A true Eastland native.
True
So
blood.
yeah, so I can say whatever I want. Even Felix, he grew up.
I grew up in Western Kenya, but I came here just for work.
Yeah, so I can say whatever. Felix can say whatever, but Mercy's like the Eastlands girl. So when she says that people are truly welcoming in Umoja, it must be true, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it
are.
is. It is.
Yeah, I like
It's a
that.
safe spot.
I like that we discovered this outlook on Umoja today.
Yeah.
I liked it. I came to Umoja 1 because I didn't know. I
How do you
mean,
like it so far?
It's dope. It's
Love
beautiful,
it.
and it's so functional.
It is.
Everything is here, and you got like the super local shops, but then you got like the nice supermarket along the road.
Yeah.
But it's not a big corporate supermarket. It's
Yeah.
still like a
It's like a mini supermarket.
local vibe joint. Yeah, so I'm rocking with Umoja, man. Like it's all good in the hood, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So Karibuni Umoja.
Karibuni. Karibuni.
All right. Peace and love, Kenya.
This one, this one. Hero, Oboa.
So Mercy, what do we call this one? Chips masala. All right. So this is chips masala.
Yeah.
I've never made chips masala before, but from what I understand, it's a wet fry with tomato and masala seasoning and herb. What's the herb called? Coriander. French fry in Kenya might not be crunchy and crispy, it might be soft. So this is the soft one. It's not mushy soft, but it's definitely not crispy. Oh, and this one goes on it?
So what's this?
This is vinegar.
Uh-huh.
It's just makes it tastier and a bit sour.
Yeah.
All right.
The chips masala already has mild pepper.
Okay.
But here we say mild chili.
Might chill. No, you just say pili pili.
Hey, pili
Yeah,
pili.
pili pili. Yeah.
Pili pili.
Yeah.
Eco cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
Same thing. Cayenne pepper is a small, skinny hot pepper. Actually,
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah,
How's the chips?
it's good. It's tasty.
good, yeah.
There's a lot of flavor. A little bit of spice. It definitely has that vinegar laid across it.
Yeah.
It has a bit of the sweet from the tomato. The more I think about it, it actually tastes like the tomato flavored potato chips, which they call crisps.
Yeah.
I hear people are picking phones on one road over.
Yeah. There's some spots.
But there's
Yeah.
always going to be a spot.
Yeah, definitely,
And
yeah.
everywhere you go in the world, there's going to be some spot somewhere that
Yeah.
something happened. So for me, that doesn't shut down my willingness to move around Umoja.
Yeah.
It's a pretty flavorful, dynamic neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with it. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good in the hood, as we would say back in the hood.
Yeah.
Okay, you can say the security was kind of bad.
Yeah, in the past, yeah.
Yeah, there were like some
Some gangs, exactly. I heard about some gangs.
Yeah, I remember I once met them.
Ah.
Yeah, they were really cool actually.
Wow.
We had intense friends.
Wow.
But I think they shifted places. Maybe some got married.
Some went to down home.
Yeah.
I've been hearing, I've heard multiple cases of people getting robbed like at their gate, going
Definitely.
in the house at down home. Which seems weird to me because down home, from what I've seen, looks like a pretty decent area.
Yeah, it's a decent, but there's some parts which are, they're not really that decent because there's always two sides, right? Of course, yeah, there's always two sides.
Even with that said, like, I just learned last year that Nyali has a ghetto.
Definitely, yeah, it has.
And even when you go to Westy Nairobi, there's ghettos in Westy Nairobi too.
Yeah.
So I think like the perception of security and niceness is very relative. There's always going to be some neighborhood, some town, somewhere nearby that maybe has a little bit less money. And the reality is, like, I spoke with some police in the U.S. one time, and they explained to me that the people in the hood weren't robbing in the hood. They would leave the hood and go to the nice neighborhood, do the robbery, and go back to the hood. And in Kansas City, it was the same game, yeah, robberies would happen in the community, in the hood. But if someone wanted like to hit a serious robbery, they would go to the upper class next door. And classes are classes, and they're never that far apart. I think people should remember that too. You can also go from the top to the bottom real quick.
Yeah.
We watch celebrities become broke. At our age. You're late 20s, you're 25, I'm 36.
Yeah.
We're all old enough. So we've seen some celebrity at the top come back down.
Definitely.
Politicians, same thing. So it's all relative. I think this idea of nice and good is very, very relative.
Alright, so
Karibuni Umoja.
Karibuni Umoja. So right now we are going to take you on a tour around Umoja to show you around this neighborhood. So stay tuned for that video. Wait.
Alright, Twinde, as we say in Kenya, Karibuni Umoja for this one. I learned a whole lot about this place doing this little project. I've enjoyed some of the information that I have found about this Umoja. Number one, we'll just remind everybody, Umoja means unity. It's a Swahili word. And knowing that, and then now knowing the history, it just really brings it all together for me. And I just really dig it. So it's formerly called Umoja Estate. It was built by the Nairobi City Commission in the 1970s under the leadership of the first president of Kenya, whose name is Jomo Kenyatta. I checked a few different sources for all this information, and apparently U.S. aid also helped in the construction of this place. So, Kenya started their independence from colonialism in 1963. So it seems this place came within the next 10 years or so, roughly. It started off, it was a suburb. Interestingly enough, it was once Shamba land, sisal. A very big crop here in Kenya was being grown here. I'm sure some other things were being grown here as well. They cleared the way. They made this place, and a lot of people liked it. It was a sought-after location at first. It's located near JKIA, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, but it's also located closely to Nairobi town. So, for the young urban professional or, the small family man, maybe small businessman, it was a savory location. Very clean, well taken care of, and a lot of people like to be here. They looked to be at a place like this. As it grew over the years, there was a lot of unplanned housing that was put in place. In the beginning, properties were mostly owner occupied, but as the years progressed, a lot of those owners opted to start renting out, and then perhaps they would shift into a different neighborhood. So things changed, population grew, the birth rate in Kenya is high, so people are making families, having kids. And just like any urban environment, just like Manhattan is a fabulous example in New York City, it's a small place land-wise, but it has the biggest population in New York City. And the buildings are all going up, because you have to fit the people. So the same thing essentially happened here. Umoja is definitely not Manhattan as far as the size of the buildings. However, going from single floor bungalow housing, it shifted over into these upward apartment buildings. And you can get good housing here. Some people consider it a ghetto. One of the articles that I referred to for this information even called it a slum. I think that's a true exaggeration of the word, not even fair. But it does have some water issue due to the unexpected population expansion. There's a bit of a trash issue in areas too, depending on the side that you're in. So it's going through its growing pains. Even as we discussed earlier in the video, there was some certain reputation growing for this Umoja, but it's been shifting back to the positive in recent years. So, more fun facts about this place. Back in the day, in the earlier years, particularly the 80s, it became essentially a hub for a resistance against the current president, who is no longer Jomo Kenyatta, but it was the second president, Daniel Moi. That president's very controversial. He served a lot of years in Kenya. I urge you to make a Kenyan friend and learn about their 4 presidents. We're waiting on the 5th right now. And you can take it from a Kenyan, the history of this Moi, how the citizens felt, what the citizens went through. So you had civil servants and new college graduates. They were magnetizing to this Umoja area. It was a place of gathering. They were grouping up, and they were discussing their complaints, discussing their ideas. And I dig that. That's like Renaissance revolutionary movement stuff to me. So it ties in with that whole Umoja unity, that spirit of unity, that spirit of patriotism. And anybody that knows a Kenyan knows that Kenyans are proud of Kenya. So I really, really dig that. Just knowing the history of this place now, it even makes me look at it differently whenever I walk through it. So Umoja is split up into some sections, but it's all essentially together. You pass an invisible line and you're in a different section. So you got Umoja Inner Core, where we were sitting at the fast food joint taking the chips masala. But you also have your Umoja 1, your Umoja 2, Umoja 3, and the 10 estates. But it's all one. Just like Mercy told us, we are one here. People don't really segregate themselves as far as their section and where they are. As you can see walking down the road, there's just a lot of action. Right here, we've just arrived to Umoja 1 market. There's 2 main markets, Umoja 1 and Umoja 2, full of business. And as you leave those sections, you're still gonna find business, just really throughout. It's a fully functional neighborhood, and it's a lot cooler than some people say. So, like we say, Karibuni Umoja, come say hello to us.
Ladies come to make their fancy hairstyles.
A lot of salons over here. So,
Oh, they come here to make hair?
Yeah, there's a place. Okay, I think they are
like this place.
just around this place. The ladies
It's a
usually
big
come.
market. It's a
They
big
come
market.
from places like Kajiado, like anywhere in Kenya, just to make their hair.
So this is like a known,
Yeah, it's on.
this is like a known junction.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
a really good spot. When you come here around evening hours, around 8 p.m. or maybe 9,
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot of traffic. You know, today is on a Sunday, so you're not going to see much action.
Yeah, it's more calm than normal. really blown away with this neighborhood. Yeah, it's legit, and it's fully functional without having to go into the main road and everything. What's up, bro?
Hey,
Yeah.
Good. This is my brother Wycliffe, and this is Mark.
Blood brother?
Yeah, blood,
friend.
first.
Firstborn.
First.
Nice. The elder.
Listen you.
Yeah, Pure Win. That's something.
Okay.
Yeah, catchy. Yeah. They're over here painting cars at the body shop. You see that they got newspaper all over it? They're doing a paint job. That was the work I was doing.